What is the saddest TV show death of all time? Spoilers for anything. What's the most unimaginable pain you've ever felt? Who's the most evil Disney villain? The one who shot Bambi. Cruella wanted to buy her acquaintances puppies for their fur. Scar from Lion King, classic. Yeah, but he's hot, so he feels like a pretty garden variety dictator to me. I vote Ursula from The Little Mermaid. She literally tortured Ariel in front of her father to force him to sign his life or soul away to her for all eternity. She's basically a cannibal. Those little shrimpy things used to be other sentient sea creatures, and she eats them alive. Ursula hands down most evil. Apparently, Walt, right, you know, the famous anti-Semite, Walt Disney. Oh my god. Mother Gothel from Tangled. Man, in Bambi, I called it. I mean, come on. What kind of monster shoots a deer just for fun? A sweet, innocent, harmless, leaf-eating, doe-eyed little deer. They're copyright lawyers. How are you today? I'm happy. Went on a weekend trip with my grandma to a place I've never been before, and it's quite nice here. Starts crying uncontrollably. Joins you in crying. Buddy. Oh, I'm fine. They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it. Pissed. As IKEA's given us a faulty product for the third time in a row. Same as yesterday. In a couple hours, I should have groceries. Loaded, menstruating, living my best life clearly. What's a fun fact that nobody asked for? Chimpanzees have been discovered hunting gorillas with spears. Ape not kill ape. Ape together strong. Dr. Seuss invented the word nerd. Shut up, nerd. Netflix has trouble recommending you titles after viewing Napoleon Dynamite. You will never be stung by a male hornet. They are very docile and don't even have stingers, since that really is an ovipositor. Same for getting bitten by mosquitoes. Only females drink blood from humans. Males are exclusively nectar feeders. Chainsaws were originally made for assisting in difficult childbirth, breech, etc. That is not a fun fact at all. Michael Jackson owned the original pair of scissor hands from the movie, Edward Scissorhands. The little piggy that went to market was not shopping. Your immune system doesn't know your eyes exist. They have their own immune system. If your body's immune system ever learned about your eyes, it would view them as a foreign invader, and your white blood cells would melt them straight out of your eye sockets. I see. For now. Of all the weird myths out there, Bigfoot, Atlantis, psychic ability, etc., what seems the most plausible and why? Her liking me back? I gotta go with aliens, honestly. However, I don't think it's little green guys. I think they're just gonna be some sort of single-celled organism, something super adaptable and durable, but also efficient. There's probably a whole variety of aliens, seeing how fast the universe is. Space crabs, perhaps? Round Earth seems possible, I guess. LOL, what a nut job, /S. Round Earth, dumb /S. Globe heads, am I right? Hot dog and bun manufacturers are colluding to get you to buy more stuff by selling them in packs of 8 and 6, respectively. I think mermaids, not in Little Mermaid sense, but something more frightening. There's so much of the ocean that we haven't explored. Who knows what creatures are actually real? Unidentified swimming objects is one of my favorite rabbit holes. Like, I will not go out there and find them, but please go do it for me. I like to think I'm a rational person, but I really feel like there are people out there with certain extrasensory psychic abilities. None of them are the ones on TV telling you about it or charging for it, though. I've read those stories about young children who will offhand mention talking to unseen people, often giving details they'd have no way of knowing. It's possible this has some ability that the underdeveloped brain has, which it loses at some stage in development. Bigfoot would just be another kind of ape. Those are real. We didn't always know about chimpanzees. Collective unconscious. In your humble opinion, what TV series has the catchiest theme song? DuckTales is one of them. Sesame Street is up there, but I don't think anyone is gonna beat DuckTales. Okay, why is no one saying Scooby-Doo? That's so true. What's New Scooby-Doo had the best soundtrack. OG Pokemon. Yeah. A lot of the Pokemon themes are good. The original one is not that great. Like, you know, the one everybody knows. You know, gotta catch 'em, Mom. It's not that great. It's like A tier, but like low A tier. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I may not know what I went into a room for, but I can still recite the theme song word for word all these years later. Keep my show's name out your motherfucking mouth. The Simpsons. The Addams Family. With Lurch at the harpsichord and the cast snapping their fingers in time to the music with memorable lyrics. What has great taste, but horrible aftertaste? Stevia. Protein shakes. Damn. 3 weeks into drinking chocolate whey protein mixed with water, and I already want to throw up just by opening the bag. That smell even lingers on plastic after I wash it. I persist because otherwise I wouldn't get enough protein in a day, but goddamn is it horrible. Cigarettes, once you have become addicted. When I quit, I made a list of things I liked about them, and things I did not like. I quickly realized every single thing I like, taste, smell, feeling, all turned into things I disliked as soon as the cigarette was put out. Clothes smell like shit. Horrible ashtray taste in mouth, sick dizzy feeling. It sounds like post-nut clarity. Diet Coke. When you take a sip, it's just a little bit off regular Coke. 2 seconds after the sip, it leaves a horrible aftertaste. Eventually, your tongue dies and it's fine. Love. Who hurt you, bro? Candles. I don't think you're supposed to... whatever. Garlic isn't the prettiest thing to burp up. What's your strangest experience that made you want to believe in the paranormal? Maybe not so paranormal, but one time I was walking to school early morning and I blinked and was somehow across the street, on the other side, a good 5 meters more forward. I still have no explanation for this till this day. When the lag hits, I was in the kitchen doing homework with my little sister and we just casually looked up to see a girl walk into my room. Without saying anything, we both looked at each other and then got up and ran to my big sister's room and started banging on her door. We hit the door so hard that it just kind of fell off its hinges. Then my mom came out screaming at us for breaking the door and we were both trying to explain what we just saw, but they were too mad to hear us out. We've had a few more instances in that house, but that's the one that scared me the most because unlike those other times, I wasn't alone. This is a wholesome one, so don't worry. Quite a while after my grandpa passed away, I was sitting in his chair, the same chair he passed away in, and I began smelling him. I began crying because I could just feel his presence, and seconds after I began crying, I feel warm, like someone hugging me. Then it just stopped. I used to work overnights at 7-Eleven and had some tea bags laying out, so I put them back in the box. I returned a few minutes later and found them in another box. No one came in. It wasn't anything remarkably creepy, but it did weird me out. My coworker a few days later told me of our regulars had passed, and they like to get the tea at 7-Eleven. I was at school moving between classes. It's a cloudy day and it's been drizzling for a while. As I exit into a courtyard, the fucking sky opens up and I sprint to the next building while trying to protect my bags. I was an imaginative Star Wars fan, and at the time I thought to myself, this run would be way more efficient if I could just force pull the door open. So without thinking, I put my hand out and the door swung open right in time for me to run through it. Even as a kid, I knew it was the wind, but I wanted to believe I had powers so badly. Ask God for a sign. Triple rainbows in the sky. Never seen that in my life. Didn't work out for me though, so probably just a coincidence. One morning, I lost the cap to my toothpaste, then 3 days later, I found it on the cheese shelf in my refrigerator. Crazy, I know. It's because it's so crazy that I believe you. What is the best gift to give a kid if you want to piss off the parents? Anything that makes a lot of noise, especially a drum set if they're old enough for it. If they're not old enough, anything with flashing lights and a siren. Glitter. A kazoo, especially if it's in a small bag with various candies. A recorder is also pretty effective. I recently learned that a bag of 250 bouncy balls can be purchased online for less than $20. Naturally, I donated 250 bouncy balls to my friend's children. Parents weren't as happy as the children. I just instantly remember poor mom cooking dinner when a bouncy ball hits her right on the cheek. My brother got my kids this cordless adult karaoke microphone. That thing is loud as hell, and I want to punch my brother in the face every time I see him over. He gave it to them 2 years ago. A pet. Some fucker bought my 2-year-old a drum set for his birthday. What song are you currently obsessed with? Ooh, that's a really good question. Hold on. I love music questions. So the Lumineers are a really good band. Highly recommend. And then Ophelia is my favorite song from them. On Melancholy Hill by the Gorillaz. Can't Stop by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's been about 10 years of just daily listening to it. Dancing in the Moonlight. Something About It. That's such a good song. Crack Rock by Frank Ocean. OMG. I still 10 years later sing the chorus randomly. What the f*** do you mean 10 years later? Check's release date. FML. May It Be by Enya from the Lord of the Rings soundtrack. Beautifully haunting and hauntingly beautiful. Nice try, Vecna. Down Under by Men at Work. I love that opening riff on the pan flute. Which song could you base an entire movie on? Ooh, it's a great question. Think about that. I don't know. Hotel California by the Eagles. Oh yeah, absolutely. Stan by Eminem. Yeah, sure. Jolene. Hey there, Delilah. What's it like in New York City? American Pie. Didn't they do that? Thriller? A whole movie? I don't think about that. I don't know about that. Never Gonna Give You Up? Also, I don't think you can base a whole movie off that song. Each finger chopped off is $300K in your pocket. How far do you go? None. I like having 10 fingers. Easy is $600K of my life. Same, I could lose 2 easy. Lol. Pinkies are unnecessary. They are most essential as they provide strength. Okay, but do they have to be my fingers? Right? Unlimited source of income out there. Who's got 2.4 million bucks and 2 thumbs? This guy. Who's got 3 million bucks and no fingers? Are you fucking kidding me? Take all fucking 10. I'm buying some sweet ass robo fingers. Robo thumbs still kind of suck because of how complex a real thumb is. That's a good point. I'd probably keep the thumbs. 2.4 million is still a lot. That it'd all go to the hospital bill. Plot twist, out-of-pocket medical costs for each finger cut off is $600K. Can I get it reattached? With that money, you'd probably be able to. Still wouldn't do it, lol. What's something you can put on almost any dish and it will be good? MSG, cheese, but like a light cheese, like maybe a Monterey. Salt Salt. If we're gonna go with basic stuff, okay, salt, lemon, I know that this is something that most won't agree with, but TBH, vinegar. If you use it in the right way, you can incorporate it in a lot of dishes. Yep, very useful to enhance tartness in desserts. Sriracha. I put that on everything. That's true. I love sriracha. It's so good. I don't think dishes taste good no matter what you put on them. It's a texture thing, really. The ceramic ones are too hard to chew, and the plastic ones are strange to chew. The paper ones are okay if you put enough sauce on them, but at that point, you're just really tasting the sauce and not the thing you're putting the sauce on. Butter. Butter on cereal? Blech. Probably better than sriracha on cereal. Mascarpone cheese. Or is it mascarpone? I don't know. I just work here. Which singer has your favorite voice? Freddie Mercury. I can't hear a live performance of his and not be emotionally moved. Whitney Houston. Bowie. Ray Charles. Kali Uchis. Her voice is so soothing. I think Bjork would be a close second, though. Donald Glover. Guys, I think Donald Glover should collab with Childish Gambino. I think they would rock the house. Honestly, I think it'd be great. Bill Collins. I don't even have to think twice about this. Ella Fitzgerald. No one else comes close. What do you think of astrology? Well, my friend Lena loves astrology, so if I say anything bad about it, I'd be bad-mouthing her, and I love bad-mouthing her, so I hate astrology. You've got to be a special kind of gullible to fall for that. Lol, that's such a Scorpio thing to say. Joke's on you, I'm an Ophiuchus. I'm a zucchini, I'm pretty sure we're compatible. I don't believe in it, but I could see why people find it fun. Space racism. I'll tell you what I think of it for $24.99. Call me now. My feeling on it changes depending if Mercury is in retrograde. I don't think planets and stars whirling around in the space have any impact on my life and the personality of people around me. Saying that, I don't judge anyone who enjoys astrology or finds joy in or happiness in giving their fate up to where Mars is. That's cool and good for them for their happiness. Just about as real as my girlfriend. Same, man. You have just woke up from a coma and found out it is 2050. What will your first question be? What's this costing me? I don't have health insurance. Is The Simpsons still on? Why didn't you just pull the plug? Billing is by the hour. They at least named a wing of the hospital after you. Where is my dog? Your dog is dead. I hate to say it, but your dog is not 28 years old if you got it in 2022. Your dog is dead. Am I in Futurama? GTA 6? How the f*** is humanity still alive? Are abortions legal yet? What's your best yo mama joke ever? Yo mama's so forgetful, she what? Yo mama's so ugly. Voldemort calls her she who must not be naked. I really don't like yo mama jokes, but I heard one in 5th grade that has just stuck with me. Yo mama's so fat, she uses a mattress as a tampon. Yo mama's so old, her birth certificate says expired. Yo mama's so ugly, the whole world faked a pandemic, so she would wear a mask. Why do I need a yo mama joke when she already is one? Yo mama's so nice, she gave me cookies. Oh, the good ending. Thanks, don't f*** my Vaporeon. What is your favorite word? What is my favorite word? What word do I say a lot? Balls? I say balls a lot. Yeah, let's go with balls. I love balls. Covfefe. What's that? Smile. Excellent question. Nebula. Microsoft Word 2007. Discombobulated. Schedule. Are you schedule or schedule kind of person? I'm a schedule kind of person because that's how you pronounce it. Lovely. It's a beautiful word that can be used both sincerely and sarcastically. Octopus. I wish I had more occasion to use it, but rarely do have discussions about cephalopods. Great word and pretty great organisms also. Redundant is a fun word. I don't know why, but it is. I don't know about favorite though. Yeet. What's a poverty meal you would eat even if you were wealthy? Red beans and rice. Always yummy. Kraft dinner with tuna. Ew. Fucking gross. I hate tuna. Instant ramen with cheap dumplings will always be fire. Hell yeah. Ramen is so versatile, bruh. Pasta. It doesn't even have to have anything on it. Just give me some spaghetti and I'll be happy. Spaghetti with butter and salt. Beans on toast. British detected. British detected. Get the British out of here. The butter sandwich. Have you ever tried toasting the bread before buttering it? Game changer. Takeaway pizza. Rice, soy sauce, and a fried egg on top. You can put sesame seeds on top if you're a millionaire. Great breakfast for and cheap as hell. Anything potato. What don't they want us to know? That everyone is in on it except you. I knew it! Who they are. How much of your current pollution problems are due to not individual people but to big corporations? It's a lot of it. It's a lot of it. The whole plastic straw thing is just a slew of corporate BS. Where the G spot is. Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. Girls aren't real. Droids in it. It's why they sit down to pee. Quick charging. What's for dinner? The truth. That the birds work for the bourgeoisie. That you just lost the game. Who's the most overrated actor? Leonardo DiCaprio. He's also weird. Jared Leto. He tries too hard. I found Jared Leto to be kind of weird. Angelina Jolie. I don't get the hype. That's an easy one. The Rock. Not only overrated, but not that good either. Turbojet 396. You suck. Tom Holland. Girls like his Spider-Man because he's so hot. He's not even a good actor. We all know Tobey Maguire was the best Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire was the worst Spider-Man. I will die on that hill. Tobey Maguire was too old for the role. He's made weird faces, and he was just not good. He was the worst Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield was better. Tom Holland, in my opinion, is the best Spider-Man. Tom Cruise, that's true. I hate Tom Cruise. Chris Pratt, yeah, true. He killed the Jurassic Park / World Series for me. The whole, I'm gonna hold out my hand to stop a dinosaur is so stupid. Bryan Cranston, JK, it's Johnny Depp. JK, it's Nick Cage. Adam Sandler, dude and his actor friends are not funny. I don't get it. What is a common everyday item you hate with an irrational fury? The alarm clock. I don't think that's irrational. Microsoft Teams. A phone when it's used to blast music on public transport. Avocados. Based fellow avocado hater. You are the worst. Just delete your account. Babies and toddlers. Based. Don't mistake me. I don't begrudge you for having kids. You'll enjoy your little gremlin all you like. You just keep it away from me. I don't find them cute or funny or exciting. They're loud, they're stinky, they tend to look like sun-dried meat when they're newborns, and balding drunkards after a few months. Keep your crotch spawn away from me, please. For me, it's car horns. Velcro. The sound gives me the urge to kill. Plastic wrap. Gen Z Redditors, what's nostalgic for you? Ninjago Lego sets, but the very first ones. GameCube, PS2, Pokemon, Silly Bands, Bakugan, the toys, not the show, and Tech Decks. The show wasn't that bad, alright? Bakugan show was good, alright? Let's get that straight. Wake Me Up by Avicii. Rest in peace. Flash games, especially ones on coolmathgames.com. 3DS? My brother in Christ. The 3DS is 11 years old. That's not... whatever. Mario and Luigi Dream Team. Just play the intro theme and I'm stunned. Disney Channel airing every morning stuff like That's So Raven, Austin and Ally, Mighty Med, and Lab Rats. Those stuff just hit different. When the world wasn't going to end in the next 5 years because of climate change. What's your let that sink in fact? About half of the population are below average intelligence, and half is above. I guess we should be reassured now. That doesn't make sense, as it would change the definition of average. Right now, no matter where you are on Earth, no matter what you're doing, you are moving at 67,000 miles per hour through space. Related, no one in the history of humanity has ever observed something that is not moving. If an absolute zero motion reference point exists, we haven't found it yet. People were still hunting mammoths in Siberia when the pyramids were built. If an atom was the size of a period at the end of a sentence, a frog would be the size of planet Earth. You are older than ever before. Bats account for 20% of all mammal species worldwide. This percentage is increasing as well. That's crazy because I have yet to see a live bat my entire life. Not number of animals, number of species. Bats are just much more diverse than other types of animals. I, for one, welcome our new bat overlords. Time doesn't move, things move through it. This doesn't mean anything. The amount of people older than you never increases. What's the most unimaginable pain you've ever felt? Q-tip up the urethra because my wife had a false positive for chlamydia and I've been in 2 motorcycle accidents. It doesn't even bear thinking about. Next week is 18th anniversary of when I was struck by lightning. Imagine 1,000 knives made of flaming salt being driven into every nerve you have. No fissure. Don't sit on the toilet too long, folks. Not worth it. Being left unread. Do you need the talk? I sniff your farts. Not my experience, but one from a strange friend I have. He's been struck by lightning twice in a day, dislocated his shoulder, tore his Achilles, broke multiple bones, been shot at multiple times and hit once in the arm, been stranded at sea for weeks, starving and dehydrated. But the worst pain he said he's experienced was as a child. He was having a hard time urinating one day, so the stupid doctors in a village in a third world country decided a circumcision was necessary. Except they did this by tying the kid down with ropes and did the procedure without any kind of anesthesia. Maybe that's why no matter what happens in his life, he finds a way to grit his teeth and smile. My cousin jumped up and down on my chest for fun while I was laying on a brick floor. I was hungry one night and ate a huge bag of almonds in one sitting. Within hours, I noticed that my stomach started cramping really badly. I couldn't go to the bathroom every minute. I felt pain that got sharper and sharper. It would then subside and repeat itself for what felt like an eternity. I'd never been stabbed before, but this is what I imagine it would feel like. Pain must have knocked me out because I eventually woke up in the morning and I felt better. What would you say to an alien right in front of you? Off. This place is screwed enough. Howdy. Please take me with you. I bet your planet is much better than this one. You don't want to be here. You got room in your ship for one more? You better be here to help. Please stop looking at me like that. It hurts my feelings. Can you give me any drawing tips? Non-Texans. Hey, that's me. What are your thoughts when you hear Texas? Literally just the shape of the state itself is seen from a map or something. In my native Norwegian, the term complete Texas means chaos or out of control. Cadillacs with giant horns on the front driven by old men in white suits and big white cowboy hats and superbly trimmed mustaches. My name is Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. That boy ain't right, I tell you what. All hat and no cattle. Kmart Cowboys. If Saudi Arabia was Christian, I think of Gilead, but without the cowboy hats. What is the saddest TV show death of all time? Spoilers for anything. Mr. Hooper from Sesame Street. I was in pre-K. Fry's dog in Futurama. Hank in Breaking Bad. Opie in Sons of Anarchy. Fry's dog, that one is tough. Ben from Scrubs. Andrea Gloria in Breaking Bad because of Jesse's reaction. Jesse went through so much. Bobby Singer in Supernatural, that was brutal. Marshall's dad in How I Met Your Mother. The line, "My dad's dead? I'm not ready for this," was actually improvised. Incredibly strong acting and very recognizable if you've actually lost your dad, as I did. Plus, the scene was done in one take, so it was pretty authentic. Hank from Breaking Bad. What is the worst song to play at a funeral? Another One Bites the Dust by Queen. Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. Highway to Hell by Akadaka, as the Australians once said. My grandma wanted this played at her funeral. My mom refused. Your grandma was probably really cool. Happy by Pharrell Williams. Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson. I'm Still Standing by Elton John. WAP, 100%. Imagine they played at my funeral, I would come back to life. What's a funny memory you have that if you told someone, they'd think you're lying? I once checked in at a restaurant and gave the hostess my name to hold my slot. She then asked for my last name since the person below shared my first name. When I told her my last name, she looked at me like I was lying. The person below had my first and last name. She laughed and introduced us, and we took a pic. I've never met someone with my same first and last name since. I was in elementary school during recess, just kind of daydreaming, looking at some ravens flying overhead, when one of them suddenly took a nosedive right into a trash can. So of course I rushed over there to check it out. The raven was just gone out of nowhere. I was not the only one who saw it. Another kid came rushing over as well. And that's how I met my best friend for the next 4 years. Come to find out, your friend was the raven the entire time. An eagle came for my face as a child, and I was about 8. I ducked and it ended up grabbing my hair and taking some with it. I ran inside crying and told my mom. She didn't believe me, so I never told anyone else. I'm 22. Got stuck in a bank for the night. When the bank is closed, you can still go to the ATM thanks to a security door. Once inside, the door decided to stop working. No phone, no emergency button, just waited for hours till someone in the street saw me through the glass and called somebody. I had a pet hummingbird as a kid. My mom found it injured on a sidewalk and nursed it back to health. It only had one eye and no depth perception, so we kept it inside. We let it buzz around the room, land on us, and all that jazz. My brother told his teacher about it in 3rd grade, and the teacher actually called my mom and was like, "Your son has made up a crazy story and insists it's real." Reality was we had a pet hummingbird, and that seemed crazy enough for people that didn't believe it. My sister being bullied by a parrot, calling her names. I can imagine a parrot doing that, being like, "Rot, dumb, rot, moron, rot." Me being black does not mean I'm good at basketball. I said before lazily throwing the ball backwards over my head for a 3-pointer. What is a wholesome animal fact that you know? When they hear running water, beavers will automatically start to build a dam. We know this because people put a speaker playing sounds of the running water next to the beavers, and the first thing they did was start building a dam on the speaker. Vampire bats will share food with other vampire bats who haven't fed in the last day or two. Their metabolism means they die if they don't eat roughly every 3 days. This helps support member of the colony, even though it puts the sharer at risk. It is considered one of the few forms of altruism observed in non-human animals. Despite all the weirdness that is the platypus, they are still discovering weird things about it. Within the past 2 years, it was discovered that platypus fur glows bluish-green when exposed to ultraviolet light. I know a bluish-green platypus, but hey, where is he? Mama cats can sense when their kittens are having nightmares, so they tightly pull them into a hug and lick their faces to aid them. Dogs will sneeze to let you know that they are only playing and don't intend to hurt you while they are playing with them violently. My dog does this back, and I sometimes pretend to sneeze back, and she stands there looking at me like, what the f? Some bees take naps in flowers. Edit. Wholesome video of them. What is something we commonly accept as true in movies but does not reflect reality? Having full-on 1-minute long eye-to-eye conversations while driving. People don't talk over one another in movies as much as they do in real life. People always speak in whole sentences without ever saying, or making a repetition. That the guy can creep around and stalk the girl after she rejects him until she falls madly in love with him. If that happens in real life, you can bet your ass there's gonna be a restraining order eventually. Brushing teeth while having a conversation, not rinsing and continuing the conversation. Also, no foam? Where's the foam? What are you brushing with? Water, probably. People hang up the phone without saying goodbye, and the other person understands that the conversation is over and they didn't accidentally get cut off. Characters not having a problem finding parking. Pulling out a bullet. All better now. What's something that people turn into their entire identity? Disney. Grew up watching a movie here and there. Nice kids movies. Don't get why so many adults apparently lost their minds over it. I did the Disney college program. I thought I had met Disney adults before, but once I got there, I could not believe the level of Disney adulthood that truly exists in the world. Conspiracy theories. Personalities aren't even real. It's just a mask of your childhood upbringing painted with the multi-face pop culture and advertising local to your hometown. If you think it's natural to have a persona, you're dead wrong. We've been struggling to survive for hundreds of thousands of years, and if you think we're more than just surviving now, you've got another thing coming to you. I bet you're a real treat at parties. Color purple. I don't mean the film. The actual color is their whole personality. If you know a purple lady, you know what I mean. What the f***, man? Purple Purple's my favorite color. I know a purple lady. I know a pink lady too. It's the wildest thing to witness. CrossFit. Their identity. Star signs. If you met a vegan into CrossFit who also ran marathons, which of those would they tell you about first? Apple users. Hide Steve Jobs' shrine. Yeah, who would ever do that? Actually, I have an iPhone. I love iPhones. I think they're the best phones out there. What is that weird category of internet video you can't get enough of? Several hour-long analysis about decade-old shows made for a preteen audience. ASMR, especially the unintentional type. I watch them to relax and slow my brain down before bed. And the tingles. Oh, the tingles. I love ASMR. It's great. Goats yelling like humans. I think this is my spirit animal. Talking dogs, the ones with button boards. Those ones freak me out. I like dogs, but not those. For a while, it was Russian dashcam videos. Simpson Wave. It's music videos comprised of clips from The Simpsons, set to vaporwave songs. I know it sounds ridiculous, but something about it is weirdly moving for me. It brings a lot of feelings of nostalgia, sadness, and relaxation. Video essays on unhinged women in film. How would you describe your personality? Jovial, but also very sad. I get knocked down, but I get up again. Cynical and sarcastic. Full of love and compassion, but aggressively insular. I love humanity, but it's people I can't stand. That must be complicated. It is a bit, but I've come to terms with the paradox by simply ignoring it. Hot dad. Probably not how anyone else would describe it, but f*** 'em. Cold until one gets to know me. Shy puppy. Reluctant to have anything to do with you, but once you show me attention, you can't be rid of me and my questions. Anesthesiologists of Reddit. What was something you won't forget hearing from someone that was under? One of my patients coming out of sedation embarrassed her husband, who was in the room, by saying that during their sex, he likes to have Vicks rubbed on his backside. My dad asked my mom to pick up his butt cheek so he could fart, and it was too heavy. I woke up singing the Magic School Bus theme song while someone 3 beds away was screaming in agony. Oh, but it's such a bop. Cruising up down Main Street, we're relaxed and feeling good. It's so good, man. Come on. Apparently, when I was going under, I told the anesthesiologist, don't mess this up. I know where you work. My husband had his ACL and meniscus repaired. They brought him back into the room. He stared at me through half-closed eyes until the nurses left and then said, I love you. I'm glad you're here. I melted. Then he conked back out for about half an hour and woke up with a big gasp. I thought he was in pain. That's how loud it was. And he went, Burger King burger. I said, you want a Burger King burger? He said, I do. So I had to get him Burger King burger for dinner. He doesn't remember anything until he was back home several hours later with Burger King sitting in front of him. Husband was put under to get his wisdom teeth out. He was a little anxious and just kind of, he's an engineer. Thanks for telling us. I don't care. So he read his pre-op instructions front to back like a dozen times. One of the things it said was, you may experience profound disorientation upon awakening. As he woke up, he opened one eye and looked around the room, then said extremely huffily, I wouldn't call this profound. Then he started crying. I was told after surgery, I said I love dogs and I want to eat the Taliban. What would be the most terrifying message we can get from space? Just a countdown timer with no other context. A mirror of Earth radio signal. The source is 1 million light years away. We're back to pick up the dodo birds you were supposed to look after. Thank you for participating. The simulation is now ending. We have been communicating with dolphins for several hundred years and have agreed to their request to destroy you. We hope this reaches you before they do. You up? What you doing? ASL? What's your the world is ending and we're all going to die song? Mad World. Okay. The Wii Sports theme. Let's go! That's so good. When the sun eventually explodes, you hear the sound from pressing A and B at the same time. Where is My Mind by the Pixies. It's the end of the world as we know it. That was from Chicken Little. Simon and Garfunkel, The Sound of Silence. I need that first lyric playing just as everything is imploding or else it's ruined and we'll have to have a redo. Sorry guys, started the music early, my bad. Can we take this from the top? We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel. What a wonderful world. What's a song that sounds fun but the lyrics are dark? La Macarena is about a woman who is sad and lonely while her husband is out fighting in war, so she cheats on him with 2 friends, at least the Spanish version. Hey Macarena, born in the USA, pumped up kicks. All the older kids with her pump kicks. A better run, outrun my gun. Hey ya, if what they say is nothing is forever, then what makes love the exception? So why are we so in denial when we know we're not happy here? Oh, that's the lyrics. Stupid. Copacabana. I hold it dear because I was named after a character in it, but it's basically about a bar fight and the resulting trauma. Hey Lola, she lost her youth, she lost her Tony, now she's lost her mind. Semi-Charmed Life by Third Eye Blind. It's about drug addiction and traversing the city to find more drugs. What do you wish you were really good at? Being a content creator. Because boy oh boy, am I not funny. Singing. Same. When I was a kid, my uncle asked if I knew what a tune was. Never been the same since. I wish I could play an instrument really good, like the violin or saxophone. A little obscure, but calligraphy Photography. Being funny. Hey, me too, buddy. Parallel parking. Like, I'm fine with it, but as soon as I pull up to a spot, anxiety starts to kick in, and I just want to have the confidence to be like, alrighty, here we go, and done. Talking to girls and flirting. I'm pretty good at that. I just wish I knew how to tell when a girl liked me. Making money. We all wish. What is the scariest nightmare that you've ever had? I was wandering through a creepy, empty Victorian house trying to find a baby that was crying. The baby was screaming and I couldn't find it. Finally, I got to the bottom of a staircase, and in the living room, a doctor had the screaming baby in a blanket. He put it onto the ground, reaches into his bag and pulled out a scalpel. He cut the baby down the middle and unfolded it like it was the blanket. There was a tape recorder inside playing the crying noise, and the doctor just hit stop on the recorder. I was like 8 or 9 when I had that dream. It still freaks me out to think of it. I'm a child being forced to drive a car, but I can't control my legs to hit the brakes. I look down at my legs and they're Big Bird's legs. I've had this recurring nightmare for as long as I can remember, and it's always exactly the same. Same street, same maroon Chevy Celebrity my mom had when I was 3. The same clothes, the same radio station playing in the car, and it's so absurd, but I'm always terrified in the dream. Last night, I could see my work Outlook screen in my dreams. When I was like 8, I was terrified of the creature from the cover of One Missed Call. I remember having this nightmare when I was on a very small island in the middle of the ocean. So small, probably the size of a house, with one big rock in the middle. It was the middle of the night, completely pitch black. There was a small stream of light from the moon on the ocean. In it, there was the creature, slowly rowing towards me in a small boat, smiling at me. Oh, it was so scary, I'll never forget it. I'm back in college. This is my last class to graduate. I need to pass. I haven't done the work. I haven't gone to class at all. I don't know where to go to take the final. Then I wake up and realize I graduated 6 years ago. I was walking in a mall with my parents, and we decided to go into a fancy clothing store. I was mesmerized by how fancy the place was, and that I didn't realize my parents left. When I realized that they left, I tried to exit the store, but the door wouldn't open. I then looked behind me, and the store turned into a supermarket with all the lights off. There were multiple creatures that looked like the alternates from the Mandela catalog. Their eyes were white, and they were shining brightly. I kept repeating the phrase, "This isn't real," over and over again until I woke up. I wasn't evil enough to go to hell with my friends, so I got sent to heaven. I tried to escape and got chased by biblically accurate angels. What is the best pickup line you've ever heard? Not best as in work, the best as in most memorable. Hey, are you married? Yes, I am. Is it serious? You and I remind me of nachos with jalapenos. You're hot, I'm cheesy, and we belong together. I'll buy the drinks if you don't hog all the covers. Hi, I'm Date Mike. Nice to meet you. How do you like your eggs in the morning? Fertilized? Bro, what the f***? That escalated very quickly. Hi, as delivered by a female making the first move. Works every time. Pick that up. My mom telling me to clean my room. Doesn't get much more direct than that. Pleased to meet you with Meat to Please You. If you could remake any movie, but the main character has to be played by Danny DeVito, what movie would you choose? The Lightning Thief, Percy Jackson. I've never seen Percy Jackson, never read it, never watched it, but I feel like that'd be funny. Lord of the Rings, or as I like to call it, The Gang Finds a Ring. I'm still Team DeVito as Pikachu in Detective Pikachu. Home Alone. Titanic as Rose. Mean Girls. Magic Mike. 50 Shades of Grey. 50 Shades of Grey. What is something most people see as normal, but you think is weird? Having a personal Instagram page for your baby, then uploading pictures with captions that it's like the baby doing the uploading. My mom is the best mom in the world. I find it so weird. I did this with my dog when I first got him, but I deleted it because it's embarrassing. Embalming, preserving the deceased. No thank you. That body is not me once I passed. And the idea of people viewing my preserved body seems so incredibly bizarre. I avoid viewing the body if possible when attending a funeral. The embalming process is super gross too. Just why? Drinking until you pass out. Live, laugh, love signs or pictures as house decor. How in movies and TV shows, people can get shot, stabbed, and dissolved in vats of acid and no one bats an eye. But when it comes to a boob, everyone loses their minds. Snapchat filters. Gender reveal parties. What is a movie that is 100% perfect? Spaceballs. I will say it once and I'll say it again. Spaceballs. Best comedy movie of all time. Hot Fuzz. It's all about the greater good. Princess Bride. Goodfellas. Yes, this is the correct answer. Lego Batman movie. I still haven't seen it. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Still haven't seen it. Shrek 2. The Shrek movies are overrated. Shrek. My point stands. What's a useless fact that you know? In 2008, a Brazilian priest, as part of a fundraiser, strapped 1,000 balloons to a lawn chair and sent himself flying up. Weeks later, he was found dead at sea, earning him a Darwin Award. If you water water, it grows. Sometimes sloths mistake their own arms for tree branches and fall. Male giraffes test whether a female is ready for pregnancy by drinking their pee and using the taste as an indicator of fertility. Kinky. Ear wiggling is inherited through your dad. Checks out. Kangaroos can't hop backwards. Babies don't have kneecaps. What is an oddly specific detail you want in a partner? When I was in high school, I wrote 10 random names from topics that I like random names from movies, video games, and stories. And my rule was, if I ever found a girl that knew at least half of those names, she will be the best for me. Jumped to today, and my partner does not know a single name on the list, but still, I love her so much. Pulse. But I can make do without it. That's disgusting. I want them to randomly feel the need to dance with me in a dark night so we can play at the fact that there was no music playing on the first place. Trim their pubes into a lightning bolt and dye it fire engine red. Cute shoulders. The ability to find humor in life's absurdities. Stalker, obsessed with me. Only then can I really trust that she loves me. I can be her. What old person things do you do? I eat a lot of soup. That's what I do. Soup. Tomato soup. Make old man noises whenever I stand up. Crossword puzzles, read the obituaries, and talk about things in distant past as if they just happened. Teenage male. I absolutely love looking at antiques. Complain about the newer generation. Scroll Reddit on a laptop. Knitting and crocheting while watching soap operas. What is something only women can do? Bleed outrageously and not die. Apparently see more colors. Complimenting underage girls. Men can sure do it, but it won't end well. You still have time to delete this. Yeah, weirdo. Make a bunch of money on OnlyFans by selling their farts. Well, you don't know if you don't try. Never take multitask. Queef. What's a way to call someone stupid without actually saying they're stupid? In a meeting, my dad once told his coworker, "I'm sure you have some valid points. I just can't find them. How should I say this so you can understand? I'd agree with you, but then we'd both be wrong. I don't have enough crayons or construction paper to explain this to you. You're pretty. It's a good thing you're pretty. I love saying it to men. I like being called pretty. Being called pretty is fun. Are you on TikTok? Ask EmKay is. Follow Ask EmKay on TikTok. We're close to 100K. You guys should follow right now. I'm on there. Brandon's on there. We're both on there. I saw a comment on r/rare insults once. He's as sharp as a marble. What is the best Disney song? How Far I'll Go from Moana is the best Disney song. I Will Die on the Hill. Make a Man Out of You from Mulan. We're going with a goofy movie on this one. Eye to Eye. People sleep on this movie. So underrated. Colors of the Wind from Pocahontas. Circle of Life. Part of Your World. It's beautifully constructed musically, and the lyrics and performance really sell the longing. Every so often on Reddit, a behind-the-scenes video of the musical director giving notes during the recording pops up, and I think it really highlights the strength of everyone involved in that song. Under the Sea is a straight bop. There are other great Disney songs, but that one's the best. I truly feel Zero to Hero is an underrated gem. The rest of the Hercules OST. What song would you want to be played at your funeral? Curb Your Enthusiasm would be funny, I think. I want to hire a lookalike of myself who will pop out of a coffin and perform the Thriller choreography. Can I please be your friend? Only if you look alike. Shine on, you crazy diamond. Close casket, pop goes the weasel. Just tie my body to a ceiling and play Freebird. As people start leaving, I'd like the Seinfeld theme to start playing. The Pain Away by Peaches. My family would be horrified, and I want the last laugh. Into the Mystic by Van Morrison. You Shook Me All Night Long by AC/DC. It would be so wildly inappropriate for the occasion. What do people defend so fervently that you can tell they know it actually sucks? Bad relationships. Trauma bonding is real and so sad. Working super long hours. Despite all your talks of grind set, I know you know it sucks. Putting ketchup on their fries instead of putting it at the side. No, this is wrong. I do this. It's so good. My mom does this. Good for her. I cannot call her a monster. She's my mom. Some lady tried to sell my wife and I the supplement or whatever called Thrive. It was just some dumb pyramid scheme. Those who buy into it really drive home how great it is. Way too extensively. CrossFit. Their kids. Parenthood. What are you grateful for in life? Tacos mostly. Instant clean running water. That f***ing slaps and we take it for granted 100%. The caregiver who helps my mother during the day. That I can feel, smell, taste, have 2 legs, have 2 hands, blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm grateful with my parents and all that, but they traumatized me so hard that I'm not really sure to tell them I'm grateful with them. Coffee. Insoles. Didn't know how much I'd appreciate them until I hit my 30s. Blind consumerism and consumption. Without you guys, I'd have nothing. What is something people need to stop being annoyed by? Blaming the poor waiter for messing up their order when it's not even their fault. Or cashiers for price changes. That means it's free, right? Other people's taste in music, movies, etc. Mind your own business. Shoppers during Christmas. Everyone is in a rush, not just you. Teen girls enjoying things. Being wrong in an argument, for sure. Passage of time. Yes, we're all getting older. Yes, that movie came out a long time ago. Yes, young people haven't heard of things that used to be popular. Get over it. People being happy and bubbly. Y'all need to let others be happy. Hey, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all later. Goodbye.